Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel Zero Analyst. In this video, I'm going to take a SQL mock interview with one of our followers. He is currently preparing for a data analyst role. So let him join the call, then we will start the video. If you're planning for any data analyst role and if you have any upcoming data analyst interview, make sure to go through this whole video because you will be learning a lot of SQL concept in this video. Also, you'll be getting multiple recent asked SQL interview questions which you can solve. So let's start the video.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Venkata Vidyanan. I have recently graduated in the stream of ECE from Vasireddy Venkatadri Institute of Technology from Andhra Pradesh. Coming to my skill set, I'm good at base and advanced sets and able to write macro code, as well as I am very efficient in creating the dashboards using Tableau. Now, according to that, I have completed my internship, which is a 2-month internship program. There I have worked on 2 analytical projects named Bank Loan Statistic Analysis and COVID-19 analysis. There I have a chance to work on real-time work where I have used skills like SQL and Tableau. There I have created dashboards in order to get the best insights for the stakeholder. This is about my skill set, and that's all about myself.
Okay, thank you so much. Thanks for joining this today's call. Okay, so now in this call, it's going to be SQL mock interview. So basically, I would be asking you some questions regarding SQL, and you will be kind of solving those questions. Okay, so few questions I would be checking on the fundamentals, like the theoretical questions, and for few I would be giving you the data set, and I'll be asking you some questions which you can write query to solve it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now if you get stuck with anything, you can always ask me. Okay, so let's start with SQL first. Okay, so first you can explain what is the difference between DCL and TCL in SQL.
Yeah, in SQL we have commands in order to get integrated with the database. So there are that 4 types of commands. In that 4 types of commands, these data control language and transaction control language are the 2 commands which I have mentioned. Coming to transaction control language, it is mainly used to deal with the transactions. In that transaction control language, we have 3 commands like commit, rollback, save point. In order to elaborate these, commit is a statement which is used to save all the changes that have been done during the transaction permanently. Rollback is nothing but whatever the changes that have been done during the transaction. In order to retrieve those changes, we use this rollback statement. And coming to save point is nothing but as it mentioned, it is like a save point from where we can get back by saving all those changes. These are the 3 transaction control languages. Next, you have asked for data control language. Data control language, these are like update command, which is used to update the structure of the table by adding some columns, verifying the data type, changing the data types, etc.
I guess grant and revoke is part of data control language.
Yeah.
Right. Update is part of DDL.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. DML. Sorry. So I can go to that screen, which is showing this one compiler. Yeah. Okay. Now, can you explain what is the difference between drop, delete, and truncate? Which one is better?
Yeah, both these commands are mainly used to delete the records from the table, right? Both these commands. Drop command.
Just be in that page. Okay, just be in that page, which is one compiler. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here
Drop
you can write
command.
down. What I wanted to know is the drop. Then delete. Next line, maybe delete. And truncate, next line. Okay. So can you explain how to distinguish these 3 different commands and which one is used when and which one is better? Drop, delete, and truncate.
As you know, both these all these 3 commands are mainly used to delete the data from the database, like tables. The drop command is used to delete the records from the table permanently, and we cannot retrieve the changes. Like if we delete a records of 1,000 records, those records cannot be retrieved back unless until they are a part of a transaction, only granting such certain permissions. Whereas coming to delete, This delete command also mainly used for deleting the records, but it is used to delete only specific records from the table by specifying the where clause in the delete statement. Later, truncate command is also used to delete all the records, but the table structure remains intact. According to me, the most efficient uh, in according to the database or data terms, I think delete is more efficient because it checks the condition. But whenever it comes to performance, delete is quite slow because it undergoes checking the condition that have been specified in the where clause. It checks row by row, so it is quite performance wise it is quite lower when compared to drop and truncate, whereas drop and truncate deletes all the records without any checking the condition. These are the main differences that have been discovered.
Okay. Which can you tell me where this delete commands belong, where this drop belongs, where this truncate belongs?
You mean which type of commands, right?
Yes, yeah. Which type of command is delete, drop, and truncate?
uh, Data
Like you have
definition
given earlier,
language.
right? Which is
Data
DDL,
definition
DML.
language.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Data definition language. Create, alter, drop, truncate. Those two commands. First, drop and truncate commands to data definition language.
And delete?
Whereas delete is data manipulation language.
Yeah, that is correct. Perfect. Okay, that is what I expected. So I think you have a really deep understanding about the fundamentals, which is great. I will be asking
Yeah.
you a few more questions. Okay. So can you explain what is the use of a foreign key? Why we use foreign key?
Yeah. As you know, before going to the foreign key, I would like to discuss a little bit about keys. These keys are nothing but is to mainly used to uniquely identify the records in the table. But the most advantage of this foreign key is mainly is to establish relationship between tables. Uh, it is similar to it is mainly useful for having a relation between two tables, which ensures to have data integrity. So suppose let us consider two tables, like you know that we have two tables as class, so, which is consists of details of students such as student id, student name, and second table which is a school records, and it also has such as a class name and students records. So whenever if for example if we have three records like 100, 101, 102, if we consider these three records in the first table, students table, and the next three records in the school records table, so without having record in the school records table, it is impossible to insert a record in the students table. So which means this, as you know that student id acts as an foreign key between these two tables, which enforces the data integrity. Means if the record must be inserted in the second table or child table, we need to have that in reference. We need to have that reference in the parent table, like as I mentioned, school table. Those records, suppose if we want to add a new record such as 104 in the school record student records table, we need to have that 104 in the school records table. So in this way it ensures the data integrity between those two tables and
Okay.
establish relationship between both in those two
So
tables.
let's say in your example, you have given two example. You have given one example with two tables. One is the student table, which is
Yeah,
your, let's say, a main fact table I'm considering, and
yeah.
one is the class table, which you have mentioned, I guess, school record table, right?
School
So
record table is the main table.
okay, main table, and maybe the student table is the kind of the dimension table. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So now when which table I should be adding the foreign key? Can you write it down here? Just yeah, just write it down a student table. Okay.
Yeah, just a minute. So as I mentioned that I have two tables. School records
Mm-hmm.
table is the primary table or main table which we are considering.
Okay. We call it fact table. Okay.
Yeah, fake
Mm-hmm.
table, and I am mentioning this as table 1.
Okay.
The second table which we are having is the student records table.
Okay.
This is the two tables which we are having. As I
Mm-hmm.
mentioned here, we have records such as student ID, student name, class ID, class name. These are the records which we are having in the school records table. Whereas coming to the student records table, we have student ID, student name. These are the records which we are having in the student records table. So as I mentioned there, we need to have a common key between these two tables, which helps us to establish relationship between both these tables. So I here consider as the student ID is the foreign key because it establishes a relation between both these tables. So for example, if we are having a records in school table, we are having 100, 101, 102. So these are the records which are present in the school records table. And coming to this is all the same I am considering. So if I want to enter a new record in the student records table, so such as 103 is the new record. If I try to insert this record in the student records table, it is impossible to insert a record without having reference in the main table. Means in order to have this record in the student records table, first of all we have to insert this record in the school records table, which is the main table or the fact table.
Are you sure what you're explaining? Is it correct?
Yeah, it's 100%. We need to have a
so what you are saying in the first table, if I don't have 105, I cannot add 105 in this student records table.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, I think it is incorrect because where you have the foreign key?
Foreign key in the first table, right?
In the first table. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say here you have a foreign key. Okay. Yeah. And this is your dimension table is the second table.
Yeah.
So don't you think that I can go ahead and add as many as students in the student table based on the table? So in the student table, what are the kind of constraint we have for the student ID? What is the constraint?
It must
for the student
be
ID.
Unique.
Yeah. Yeah. For this, what is the constraint? Do we have to make it primary key?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say it is the primary key. Just write primary key after the student ID. Here in this, not here, in this student, right? Primary key. Okay. And student name is, let's say, text. Okay.
Yeah.
Student name is text. So do you think I can add as many as records here? It's not going to give me an error based on the relation you have defined, because you have the foreign key in the previous table.
Yes.
In the student table, if I add any records, it is just going to check, is it a unique and not null? If it is unique and not null, it is going to let us allow that add the records.
Yeah. You're right.
Okay. Yeah. So what you're explaining is opposite. If I try to add a new record in the school records table,
yes, you are
it will ensure that that ID must exist in the student table.
Yes.
If the student table doesn't exist, it is not going to allow, and that is going to, this control is going to happen because we have selected the student ID as a foreign key. Foreign key job is to ensure that the ID that I am trying to add, that ID must be present in the main table.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a bit of confusion. Right?
Yeah. You are right. Now the easiest definitions, I would say, the easy way to explain this question, like what is foreign key? You could say that the foreign key means in another table, it must be a primary key, first of all. Correct? Yeah. Foreign key simple is, it's a primary key, but in another table. We refer the foreign key in let's say in the current table as a constraint. So it ensures that it maintains the data integrity. Correct?
Yeah.
Now one question here. So in this in the school records, do you think I can add duplicates?
As you said that student ID is a primary key, so it's quite.
Not in this table. I'm talking about the student school records table. Here, can I add duplicates?
No, it's based on the constraints that have been defined in the school records table. We need to know about the constraints, right?
So can you write down after a student ID? Let's say you have mentioned it as a foreign key.
Yeah.
Okay. So there would be another column, which is maybe the primary key. Maybe that's a ID something.
class ID, right?
Class ID, let's say class ID is the PK, okay, primary key.
Yeah.
Now, do you think I can add
Yeah,
same
we can
student
add
multiple
multiple.
time here?
Yeah, we can add this.
Yeah, so that is what I was asking, because here it doesn't matter you add duplicates as a foreign key, that is fine. I can add same student multiple time. Once I can
Yeah.
add that student maybe football department, once I add that student maybe in XYZ department. What it just need to ensure that that student exists in the main table, which is the student table.
Yes,
Correct?
yes, I got it.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, that is it. You can just clear it out or comment it out. Now I will be giving you the problem statement. Okay.
Okay.
So which you can solve. Last one question I have. So can you explain what is self join in SQL and why we need self join when it is useful basically?
Yeah, self join. Join is nothing but established relationship between two tables, which is mainly used to combine two tables, right? Join. So in that category, we have different kind of join. Self join is a join which helps us to combine the records present in the same table.
Based
So,
on
hello,
based on.
based on a condition that have been specified.
Mhm.
Yeah. Suppose if we want to have a general example where we consider the self join is if we want to get the records preceding the value or preceding the value or succeeding the value, we need to use this self join. So in that scenario, we can use this self join. And in order to that is like we can use also in order to calculate the cumulative sum in such scenarios, we can use this self join.
Okay. Any example you can give for self join?
Yeah, as I have mentioned that in order to get the preceding or succeeding values, suppose if I am as I mentioned here, the student having 102 ID, I need to get the record of having 101. Simply we can write so as this table is very short, we can write where clause and get the records, but in some scenarios we may need to note the preceding or
I think I
succeeding
got
record.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got it. So we can pass that. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for the clear explanations. So I'm just going to share you a small data set, okay, in the chat
Oh,
box.
okay.
So you would have to kind of write some query to solve it, okay? So
Oh,
let me share in the chat box. It's based on Airbnb data set, okay? So you can just
okay.
copy this entire chat and paste it in this one compiler.
Just a minute. This provide MySQL. There is no MySQL, only Postgres is available, right? Just a minute. Yeah. Hello.
Hello, yeah, sorry. Yeah. So I'm saying it is simply creating a table based on the Airbnb dataset, okay,
Okay.
which is based on the
Okay.
Airbnb domain, like the hotel in all, the stays informations and the availability informations. You can explore the columns, okay.
Yeah.
So I want you to write a query, okay,
Okay.
which will find the listing for the Miami or Newark, which is going to be available in the next 7 days.
Okay. From current day.
Yeah, from current date. So you also, I have sent the question in the chat box. If you want, you can just copy paste and comment it here. It says find. Yeah, I can just copy it. Just make it multi-line, maybe just.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So it says find the available available listing in the locations Miami or Newark within availability date within the next 7 days. So within availability date of the next 7 days, we need to find out all the listings which is going to be available in next 7 days, considering today date, the current date.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a minute. I need to go through this table. Don't. Is it okay?
Yeah, so the table you can explore on the right side, right? You can just drag it a little bit
Yeah.
here so you can see all the columns. So let me just give you a hint here. Available means one. Okay, one means true, zero means
Yeah,
false.
it's
Okay.
Boolean. Yeah, it's a Boolean. I need to get to location Miami.
So let me simplify it. Okay, I just want to
Yeah, I got
see all the available listings which is going to be available in next 7 days for the Miami and this which is called Newark. Okay, so that I can
Yeah,
decide
got
where which hotel to book.
Yeah, yeah. Just a minute. Okay, I would like to solve this query just by using CTEs. I would like to solve this.
Yeah, you can do whatever you feel. It's okay. You can go next line. I can write your query. I just need the answer.
First, I would like to know the hotels which are present in the available listings present in the Miami or New York. Can I return only listing name and listing?
That's on you. Yeah. There's a typo in the location. I guess you have mentioned location. So
Just this query helps me to get the listing ID and listing name present in these situations. Why need to, next one is as the given problem says that we need to find the available listings in the locations present in Miami or Newark in the availability date which are present in the next 7 days, right? So we can solve these problems by segregating them into parts. First half is that we have to find, I am finding the listing ID and listing name present in the Miami or Newark. This query helps us to get the location and gets the details of the locations which are like Miami or Newark. This helps to get me that. And the second part, I have to get the details only which are available in the next 7 days, right?
yes, yeah.
I think I will. Okay. I think this helped me to get this. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So can you show the result, right? I want to see the result, right? Not the query.
just a minute. I'll write. If this is not right, I'll go with writing another query. Is there an error? Check again. Okay, just a minute. I will try to write another query. Can I erase this all? I will write the query, right?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. You cannot erase this all, right? That's going to delete this table.
Yeah,
So
it's okay. Just I need to maintain all those records, right?
yeah, the table has to be maintained. No, this is fine. Yeah, this data has to maintain. You can scroll it down wherever you want to go and add some
Yeah,
space. Okay.
yeah, just a minute.
As many as space I can add.
Yeah, is it showing syntax error?
Scroll down so I can help you. Show me the query.
Yeah.
So you're selecting everything, which is fine. Okay, you're saying location in Miami and New York. That is also fine. Can you put this N in the next line?
This N, right?
Yeah, yes. Okay, and you're saying available date between current date and the current date plus interval 7 days. So
Yeah.
in MySQL, you cannot directly use a current date and the current date plus, okay, something like it. You're first of all saying
Yeah. Date
availability
underscore add
between,
we can use.
okay, so you're saying availability between current date, that is fine. It is going to get you the current date. But the problem is that when you are, again, I think there is still syntax issue. You cannot directly use current date.
Yeah.
Okay, so the syntax is called cur date. Okay. And then you can use a date add
Right.
functions. You need that parenthesis after the cur date.
I need to have an underscore, right?
No, not here. Cur date, then the parenthesis. Yes, here. Okay, and then you're saying add date add, and again you have added you need to add basically here as well also date add, and from the current date we would be using kind of this which is called the interval. Okay,
Yeah.
so date add, then inside the brackets you have cur date, and you would say comma interval, and you would say 7 days. 7 days. Okay, so now what is going to happen, we are checking the availability date is starting from today, including today, and we are saying that date add, using date add we are getting again from the current date the today date, but we are saying the interval 7, so that means we are getting after 7 days old date.
Yeah.
I mean the future date. So
Yes,
we are
yes.
saying any availability property that you see which is from today to the next 7 days, I want to see those property only, either it is in Miami or New York, right? You can now execute. Okay, it should work. So we still have some syntax issue. There could be, I think, list from list. I think there's a issue listings. Okay, at line 1 it is giving the issue. So where the locations, yeah, just comment out the first listings. Okay, yeah, this one. Yes, just comment out this one. Now if you see here we have the
Can I run it?
you can run it, but we can check step by step. Okay, so just scroll it down and still it's giving you the issue. Let's run till the where condition. Okay, so comment out the last end conditions. Yes. Okay, now run it. Control enter. You can just press control enter. That's okay.
Still an error.
Okay, so listings. What is the issue? We have it here. So we have select star from listings. So can you scroll it up and check if what is the table name? Let's see. So just copy the table name. Okay, listings. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, let's select everything from listing first. Okay, so let's comment out the where condition as well. Okay, now can you run it? Still we have some issue. Let's see where it is causing the issue. Select start from listing. It was working earlier, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Error in 104 line 44. So line 44. Okay, so here is the issue. So you have the second comment that you have done. You have not added a space after this. Maybe that is causing the issue. I guess. Yeah. Now can you run it? Okay, just delete this comment. Okay, delete this question. Okay, can you press control enter?
Still an error at current. White. Okay. I need to move all this. Can I remove this?
Yeah, remove this. Now let's see.
That's working.
Okay, now you're getting. Now add the where conditions. Okay, delete this last line. So maybe in this commenting is not working. So Okay, now you see the data.
Yeah.
We only have two property, I guess. We need to check again. Just go to next line and put this, which is called availability date.
Yeah, I think current score date. I think I have to mention
Mm-hmm.
here. Underscore is necessary, I think.
Okay, so if you see, there is only one property, which is
Yeah.
from new work. And if you see the availability date, can you go to the date? So the availability date is showing it is going to be available from 10th December. Okay, so
Yeah.
this query is working fine. So what you just had to do is that you were almost correct. Just the syntax, I guess that is fine. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So I would want one more problem statement here. Okay. So just
Okay.
delete this query that you have written just now. Okay. Now, what I want to see is that from every kind of a city, okay, from every city, the number of property we have, number of property, okay, from every city we have the number of property, right? So in few city there could be two property, few city there could be three property, right? So in every city, how many listings are there, which is showing as kind of available? Okay, that's what I want to know.
Can you come again? I couldn't get what you were saying.
I'm saying in each city, how many listings we have, which is available.
Okay. Okay. I got. I think his location is the city, right?
I think,
I think mostly.
yeah, location.
Yeah. Is it okay?
Yeah, I can run it.
Syntax error.
So what do you think the mistake you're doing if you see the query?
Where is available? I think I need to remove for checking a Boolean value, right?
That was correct. You're saying
Yeah.
where availability is true. That is fine. What
Yeah.
is the issue? If you read this query, can you identify where you are doing the mistake? I can see the mistake. Can
Okay.
you
Okay. Yeah.
identify?
I got it. Location. Group by location. I'll get non-aggregated columns. I have to mention in the group by clause.
I still think there is a mistake, the major mistake you have in this query.
Count of listing name from select location.
Spelling is correct, I think. If you just scroll it down, okay. See, first of all, you are saying
Okay. Okay. I
selecting
got it.
the,
I got it. First, I
Mhm.
have to filter the data and later group by.
Yes.
Yeah. Is it okay now?
Yeah, I can run it. Okay, now if you see, we have the data. Okay, so when you're writing query, what I would advise is that as soon as you write one syntax, try to visualize it. Okay, what you're getting the data.
Okay. Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
then think, okay, what I next need. Let's say I have filtered the data, right? Now I know, okay, my filter, the data till filtering is working, no syntax error. Now
Yes.
next what I would need is that I would just need to do a group by, correct?
Yeah.
Because that is how
Yeah.
it is going to eliminate the chances of getting error. Because when you will be getting error, it is going to take more time to kind of identify where you have done syntax error, or it will take more time. So if you
Yeah.
follow this step by step, maybe you will save time. Because if you are doing syntax error, there is a chance that you will end up spending all your time kind of looking for where you have done the mistakes. So you would not be able to kind of clear the interview. Okay, so it is better
Oh,
from the starting point only. First you identify what you need, then you kind of write step by step, write one code, then see if you can visualize it visualize it, then you think the next step, then implement the next step. So that's where you would know, okay, I did some syntax error, right? So
Okay.
that is going to be more helpful. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that is it for this. And thank you so much for joining in. And if you have anything to ask, so go ahead and you can ask me.
Yeah. What kind of improvements can I make in order to get
So in
better?
terms of improvement, I think you have fundamentally very strong knowledge in SQL, which I liked it. You explained each and everything very well. So you know what is commands, you know different types of commands. Very confidently you have explained. That's really great. Fundamental knowledge you have very strong, I would say. Second, I would say when I'm giving a problem, you are first visualizing the data, which is also good. So first you need to see the data, see the columns, which are the columns we have. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you would think the approach, right? So if you have two approach, right? You can first think, you can discuss the approach that I can solve this using CTE or I can solve this
Yes.
using simple where conditions. So initially you
Yeah.
started doing with the CTE, which was no requirement. Okay.
Yes.
Because it was simple where conditions, the question which I have given, right? So
Yeah.
don't jump to directly CTE. CTE is only useful when it is very complex. Okay,
Yeah.
when you need to create multiple tables, then you need to kind of join, so it is better to segregate them into a different CTE. Okay,
Yeah.
but if in case, first think about the approach. The reason why I said as soon as you see the question, explore the data set, read the question one or two times, then see what is the best approach you have. Is it like you're
Okay.
going to do a where condition filtering? Yes. Is it like you need to do a group by? Yes. Is it like after doing group by it is going to be solved, or you need to do a aggregations like maybe window functions?
Yeah.
Okay, now you know that, okay, so in this stage, I would need to use a CT or subquery, correct? So you
Yeah.
don't do directly jump to CT in the where condition. If you need to do something in the where condition which can be achievable, you would not use CT, right? CT only you will
Yeah.
use if in case you're doing a like window functions and then you need to refilter the data. You need some columns which is not there in the actual tables. So you would be using CTE, correct? So I
Yeah.
think that's where you would need to kind of I would say give some more time, solve some more problems, and think logically, and then you would be able to kind of, I would say solve it. Okay. So
Yeah.
practice, keep on practicing. Fundamentally, you have good knowledge. That's a good point. And then you just need to keep on practicing and try to solve in the different approach. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want to ask?
Yeah. You have my resume, right? Have you gone through it? Have you
Okay.
gone through it?
For the
Or can I?
resume, you need to share in the email after this call. Okay. So
Okay.
include the resume. I will be reviewing the resume once this series get end, maybe within 1 to 2 weeks. Okay. So
Okay.
2 weeks I'm busy, but after 2 weeks I will definitely share my feedback. Okay. So
Yeah.
do just a follow up with me after 1 or 2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to share my recent interview experience with you so that I could get more insights from you. So recently I have attended Genpact interview for,
Mm-hmm.
have mentioned I have a good knowledge on SAS, statistical analysis software, which is used for credit risk and following kind of task.
Mm-hmm.
There, after there have been 5 rounds of interview. I have cleared all those 5 rounds of interview. So what I mean to say is the response from the manager is like they are saying that the interview has held on. It's been 15 days from today, so they are saying that it's been floating with the HR. Can I expect a positive result from them? They're more
So
likely it is saying that the HR have been called to me and said that you have very good communication as well as technical knowledge. So we are considering for a higher role. We need some time to discuss with our team members, and we'll update you. And later, last by from yesterday, I think so. They called and said that the application has been floating with HR. They have said that. Can I expect a positive result from that?
see, first of all, if you have cleared all the rounds, okay, because I know the Genpact process is a little slow, okay,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they have a lot of, I would say, I kind of long process like BG and all. It takes again times, but you can at least expect a response from them. Let's say if you have cleared the interview, they have mentioned that okay, you have cleared all the rounds. So now we are in the discussions with the HR. So maybe discussing the where you should be basically fitting in, right? Maybe so. Sometimes usually what happens, they start a process, they start hiring, and very like to be possible that maybe they will close that process before they start that. But very unluckily, but luckily most of the time, which usually happens is that you have cleared all the rounds, so they would place you somewhere. Okay, but it will take some time. But keep on maybe following up with the person who scheduled your interview. So ask them to keep in keep updating you the status. Okay, because you have given the time. Clearing 5 round is not an easy task, right? You have prepared for that, so you have the full right to get the final status. Okay, so I think positively you will be getting a response. And meantime, just don't wait and try to kind of keep applying in other positions, like the other companies similar to this. So
Yeah.
while you are waiting for this, okay, so just don't
Okay.
blindly wait, because it is going to increase your stress level. So it is better to kind of keep applying in the similar positions or the similar other
Yeah.
companies. Now you have a practical experience, right, how interview works, right? So I think if in case you by any chance get any other better opportunity, that's great. Otherwise you have this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So anything else you want to ask?
Nothing. Thanks for the time.
Okay, thank you so much. Thanks for joining in today, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye. Have a good day. Take
Thank,
care.
thank you. I would
Bye.
like